Hello and welcome back. It's Karynjean. Burr, 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 burr. Here we are. Okay, so we're still working on journaling cards. Ouch. These came in my vintage labels. The color is a nice color match. So, what I need to do here is I need to distress. So, how is everybody doing? It is the Saturday after Thanksgiving here in the United States, which makes it the end of November, I think like the 26th. I think maybe the 25th. I don't know. So I don't know what day of the week it is anymore. I know it's Saturday. I know that much. Looking forward to all the football games tomorrow. Looking forward to that. I hope everybody is okay and is surviving. Well, we have cold weather here. Actually, it's a very nice day out. It is nice. It's like high of 54, 50, mid-50s here in my part of Pennsylvania. I need to trim that down a little bit more. And so, you know, the heat has not cut. Well, I had the heat turned down anyway because, hello, over $900 for 200 gallons of oil in my tank. I need to rechomp those corners too. So, I'd rather be cold. Anyway, yeah, I usually 2 tanks of oil can see us through a year. Pretty much. Anyway, I usually get one around October and then about 6 months. Yeah, about once every 6 months I get one. Which makes no sense to me because April through October, the heat's really not on then. So how could I be using... Anyway, I don't know. I mean, it is for the hot water as well. But anyway, So because it's like in the mid-50s out there today, it feels chillier inside because it's warm outside and the heat is not coming on. And yeah, you know how that works. Sometimes. I'm thinking I want to put that we don't need to put the whole thing down. All right, let's do this. I'm going to chop it in half. And I don't know, we'll probably put something on top of it somehow. Let's just build up some layers here. I was going through my mother's old photos. My mother was born in 1936. And because recently I was visiting family, my mother's cousins in New York, and they wanted pictures. They said they didn't have any. My one cousin said, I don't have any pictures. So I took one of my mother's photo albums. Now, the one cousin, it's my mother's first cousin, who my mother babysat for. I'm not quite sure when she was born. I'm not quite sure how old she is. I would say she's in her 70s, though, right? So anyway, so I took the earliest photo album, and I let them, and her daughter was there too. Her daughter's, I guess, in her 40s. I don't remember how old anybody is. Lucky I remember how old I am. No, her daughter's not in her 40s. Well, Well, maybe late 40s. I don't know. Anyway, not the point. I'm going off on tangents already. The point is they went through and picked out pictures that they wanted. And my one cousin, the elder, as we were going through, like, my mother had them in chronological order. I said, do you even know who these people are? And she was looking at them. She said, I have no idea who any of these people are. Because my mother's mother and her mother were sisters, but at opposite ends, you know. My mother was the oldest, her mother was the youngest, kind of thing. So anyway, so I have these photos of probably, they would have been maybe my grandparents or great-grandparents on my mother's side, who I never knew, right? And some of them are dated, like in the 20s and stuff. Remember, my mother was born in 36, so these are like 100 years old or more. So, I mean, there's a picture, I know, there's a picture of my grandmother sitting in the driver's seat of a car, which probably was a new car at the time. And my grandfather and my mother's older sister were in the rumble seat in the back. That's how old that is. So, so they're pretty cool. So what I want to do is I want to scan them in and, maybe make some sort of, some kind of digital layouts with them or something. Some of the pictures are pretty awesome. My grandfather was actually a cavalry soldier in World War II, believe it or not. There's a picture of him in uniform with his horse. He was part of, I think it was Patton's. He was in Northern Africa, and I don't know. I don't know much. I know he was an officer. And then there's a picture of him after the war sitting. It looks like he's an accountant or something. I'm not quite sure what my grandfather did for a living. I know my mother told me, not that I would have remembered. It's funny, when we really become interested in these kind of, you know, oral histories and family histories, the people that are around to tell them, the people that would have been around to tell them are no longer around, like my mother with her stories. So she never really shared any stories. She shared a couple of stories. I don't know much. I know that they were all avid readers and they were allowed to bring their books to the dinner table to read, and that they were allowed to lick their ice cream bowls where the melted ice cream was. That's what I remember my mother telling me. And they had a dog, a mutt named Sandy, and the ice cream man always gave Sandy an ice cream cone because she laid down with it between her two paws like this to eat her ice cream cone or popsicle or whatever it was. She held it between her two paws to eat it. And according to my mother, that was just the funniest thing for the ice cream man. So he always gave her, you know, another story. Stories are nice. Because my mother grew up in Brooklyn, near the Park Slope area, Dean Street, and how they would go roller skating, of course, and they would grab onto the back of the cable cars, and let go when they turned a corner to go down the hill, kind of thing, you know, and how it cost them a nickel to buy a pickle before going into the movies. Stories, I'm telling you, these are the stories. What else do you think? Something may be here because that... All right, let's see what kind of stamps. Oh. What stamps did I take out? Oh, All right, here. We can use, whoops. All right, let's figure this out as they're all tumbling down. They're all tumbling down. I'm thinking we could do this one. We could do this one. I could also, I have stamps that are, all right, let's just do this. I'm sure there's a way to reactivate the stick on these rubber stamps. Maybe with water or something. I don't know. Let me just get them all in there. There. Wrong drawer. Let's see if they will stick to... Let's see if it'll stick to this. Okay, do we want to do purple? I don't think... No, we want to do black. We want to do black. Unless we want to do lunar paste. I don't know if we want to do lunar paste. I wonder what it would look like doing lunar paste. Let's give it a go. We're going to use... That's not lunar paste. Lunar paste. Let's try this out. Here's a piece of book page. I'm just going to use my finger. Let's see what it looks like with lunar paste. That looks a little sloppy. Maybe not as much lunar paste. I don't think we're going to be able to use lunar paste. All right. Now I need to clean it up so it doesn't stick, as it's already sticking to my finger. I'm just going to spray it down on this. Whoops. Look at that. It's already lost its stick. All right. Let's go back to black. Or we could use... We could use gold embossing powder. Let's see if we like that. This is not sticking to this. Hold on. Put some water on that. No, it's really not sticking. Gosh golly. I'm not quite sure about this, folks. That's why we're doing this little test here. I think that's where I had it. Ugh, now put my thumb in that lunar paste. Yeah, that's where I had it. Let's see if we like that. Just as a test thing. We can give it a go. Of course, the issue I'm having is... First, where'd the darn thing go to? Oh, here it is. The issue I'm having is it's not sticking. I can use some... This is ridiculous. Ridiculous, I say, ridiculous. Where's my... Here it is. There's this temporary adhesive thing. Let's give this a go. Oh, that's wet. Hold on. I'm not quite sure. All right, so let's try it again. Let's try it again. Okay, there's that one. And I'm just going to stamp them all out. Throw them back in there. And this one. Huh. I don't know. Let's hope. Yeah. That one looks pretty good because it's much bigger. And get that one pulled up. Where's the other one? So that one and that one, here we go. This one says postcard, which is fine. And we'll put this one, stickers, I did not glue them down. Postcard. Not quite sure how well this one's gonna go. Whoops. It's a bit schmutzy there at the end, but that's okay. All right, I'm going to clean up this mess, and then we will, whoops, 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 whoops. Then we'll turn on the heat gun. What I'm finding is that the heat is deactivating the sticker. Okay, let's try this again. Interesting, interesting. Well, there's a lesson to learn in that. If you're going to heat emboss over a sticker, make sure the sticker is glued down. Interesting, interesting. There. Now I have little gold bits all over the place. Okay, well, there we go for those. This here is a good color. And we'll use this piece. Should we use it on this one? The bird there? That's the same bird. I think we'll use it on this one. Now, how do we want to adhere it down? Wait a second. I'm going to have to cut it. It's too long. If I made it in half that length, let's see if I turn it into 2. All right, I will regret this, but I'm doing it anyway. Making it too short, probably, but that's okay. There we go. We could turn it into 2. Right like so. And we can glue it down, or we could just staple it down. And I am voting for the stapling. Or, excuse me, our tiny attacher. Our Tim Holtz tiny attacher. Can't get that. Get it over there, like so. I think I'll put 2 staples in just to be safe. And then we can cover that up with washi tape in the back just to smooth that out a little bit, and cover it up with something there as well. Just because. And we have this one right there on the bird's nose. I don't think, not this one because it has that. This one, nope. This one, all right, we'll put it on this one. There. Okay. A little bit of washi on the back to help it out. Oh, this is the one in my hand, so this is the one I'm going to use. Feel it right there. Yeah, so back to the photographs from my mother's album, the pictures. I pulled some of them out. They really are something. You know, they're almost 100 years old. And, yeah. So I'll scan them into my computer. And perhaps just print them out on photo paper and hang on to the originals, right? I mean, there's a picture of there's some pictures of my mother when she was a child. And, yeah. Yep. Interesting. Okay, I would like to cover those. I'm reaching for these here, my little resin flowers, simply because it's what I have at hand. I was thinking maybe buttons. Ooh, look at that. I like that. No, a little bit darker purple, please. Okay, there we go. I like those. And these are journaling cards, so I'm going to use Fabrifix. We can make them as bumpy as we like, right? This gives it a little sparkle, just a touch of that purple. And we will set these off to dry. Okay, I'm back. The first thing I want to say is about that Stampin' Up paper. Remember I made the comment about how it was very flimsy because we used it for this. And I realized that the paper is thin like that on purpose because it's not made for scrapbooking. It's made for card making. So the less bulk, the better, because it's made to use as for card making. So anyway, so this is, so I went back to the Tim Holtz pack, and this is what I'm thinking for here. I'm thinking a piece that's going to flip up. It'll be a pocket in the back, but then we're going to flip it up as for a journaling space. And so I was just pulling out. Now these are the big 12 by 12s. That'll kind of pull over. But then I was also going to like the 6x6s. We would have to trim it down a little bit. We'd have to trim it down a lot if we use something like that. But that has a good background on it. Or we could just, and here's the 12x12 piece of it. So the 12x12 piece of it, we would just take 2 of them. And we would have to make sure this section is shorter than this section. So, ooh, hello. But, ooh, look, it matches. So we can actually do that. Memoranda. All right. God forgive me. I'm going to cut off this right here part. And I'll wind up straightening it out on the paper trimmer. But my thought is, well, first let me fix it on the paper trimmer. Get out mini rotary here. Just a tiny hair. And we're definitely, I'm going to trim it down just a tiny hair this way. And this way, I'm going to have to, because this is, I'm going to have to take out some on the side. 1 inch off. And now, where's my score wood? I want to score it on that line right there. Right there. There. There's a tiny little pink showing on the top and the bottom. Okay. Right. Put it right there. So it's a bit of a darker color. It matches that, obviously. It came from the same paper pad. It'll be a pocket, and then you can journal on it here, so I'm not going to do anything to that. And you can flip it up, and you can actually journal on it there as well. So all I'm going to do is distress the edges then. Right? And glue it in. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Oops. Got our glue down. There. Okay. So we have a pocket there, and we have a pocket there, and a pocket there. Pocket, pocket, pocket. Pocket, pocket. So, for example, this guy can fit in there. Did I gusset this pocket? Nope, just got room in it. So he can fit in there, and something else can fit in there, like so. Okay. All right. These numbers are getting in my way, so let's figure out what number we're going to put on here. $413? $413 it is. And we're going to put them on there with Fabrifix. I'm not sure. This guy's becoming pretty chunky, and I'm not sure that this closure is going to hold. All right, so here we go. There's the 4. Whoops. The 1 and the 3. Now you see how these are hollow on the back, but I'm making sure I get the glue all along the edges there. And then, whoops, glue on my fingers. Get the glue off my fingers. That's not working. Okay, there. So now the numbers are no longer wreaking havoc with me. All right. How big is this? 3 and a bit by 5. All right. There we go. And I will cut it by hand. Doggo was downstairs whining to my brother. She's been spending a lot of time out of doors today, which for her is a huge thing, considering she hates being outside during the day. But I thought I saw her come up here. Okay. So, there. Nope. What happened there? All right. Come on, pointy tool. Do your thing. Do your thing. There we go. It's funny to me how much easier it is to do it with a pointy tool like this as opposed to just with our fingers. And we're going to put that down there. Right. And yes, I'm going to be a wimp. Going to cut it. Oops. there on the edge. This is either 110-pound white cardstock, or it's part of the Bristol Smooth from Strathmore. That needs to be straightened out a little bit better. I'm trying to cut into it just a little bit. This here, right there. Let's put it down here. I realize this may be a little bit, you will not be able to see that because it's out of your field of vision. There. So that is, my sweatshirt's choking me. That is another journaling card. And this goes beautifully with the color of it. All right. So there's a journaling card. Now, of course, again, we can do something to this if we so desire. We could decorate it if we wish. Right, we can. We already have this one all nice and shiny. This one's already all nice and shiny. We have these bits that we took off of the placemat. We have this, although that's kind of, we have this. I really like the way this is. Get it a little bit closer. There. Oh, dush, dush, dush. Number 1628. I mean, this stuff is already here, but what we can do is we can place a stamp on top of that. Do I still have a stamp out? I'm wondering. All these washi tapes. I need to find a different solution for the washi tapes. I could put a stamp there, and I could get out my wax seal kit. We can do that. All right, let me go into field notes, because I know I have a stamp like that, a blue stamp here in field notes somewhere, unless I use them. I did use a couple of them, didn't I? Oh, there's a green one. Let's see if I can find a blue one. I like the way the blue looked. There's a red one. Don't think I want a red one. There's another green one. Another red one. Stamps. Here we go. Here's the blue one. Okay. Okay, let's glue this stuff down. I'll glue you down first. Like I said, I do not understand why I'm suddenly having a problem with this clogging. Something's stuck in there. All right, that's down. Do something with this. Maybe just a little bit. Kind of hard. It's such a small piece. Okay. And we'll put you down, and then I will get out the wax seal kit, and we can make some wax seals. Please excuse the background noise. This next portion is where I'm making wax seals, and it is speeded up quite a bit. I'm just showing you the seal that I made for that journaling card. And this is a wax seal kit that I got off of Amazon. It comes with one seal, and then I just purchased others. I'm now covering the raised portion with some lunar paste, and I'll be gluing it down. This is Karynjean from Ex Libris Crafts. Thanks so much for your time and attention. I'll see you next time. Let your imagination run wild.